I have this cheesecake every single night because 1, I love cheesecake. 2, it helps me get my fat. This cheesecake recipe is made in an Instant Pot. It's a little trickier. We're going to take a push pan, which if you don't know what that is, it's a pan that comes apart like this. So the cheesecake is going to be here, and when it's done cooking, we'll be able to release the pan. But right now we need it put together. So you'll take some wax paper and you'll line it on the inside of the pan. Cut it hot dog style, as my kindergarten teacher used to say. Ways. So you have 2 long strips instead of 2 wide strips. The wide strips are referred to as hamburger style, in case you didn't know. Okay, so you'll line the wax paper on the inside of your pan, like so. Oh, and just so you know, this recipe comes from ourpaleolife.com. I use olive oil spray, personally. And I'll take some of the oil and stick it to the back side of the paper, just to get the paper to stick together so I don't have to trouble with it too much. It's just what I like to do. Okay, then after that, you'll want to take some foil. Okay, this right here is Mom Life at its finest. I love my children, I love my children. And you know, half the time it's usually my husband, it's not even my kids. That's okay. So now that that's fixed, we can line the bottom of our pan with foil. We do this to keep the water out of the pan, because since we're cooking our cheesecake in an Instant Pot, we'll basically be steaming the cheesecake, and you don't want all the water to get in your cheesecake. You just want it to cook. So I'm sticking the foil underneath my pan, and then I'm lifting the foil like so. And this will keep the water out. Now that that's done, we're just gonna set it aside for later and grab a mixing bowl. We need 16 ounces of cream cheese, which is basically going to be 2 blocks, and you need them to be room temperature. Cream cheese is very high fat, which is good for the keto diet. I know that's such a hard thing for people to get past, the fact that you can actually have a high fat diet and lose weight. So let me just kind of explain that in a nutshell really quick. Although I do recommend you reading the book yourself so that you can have a wider knowledge. The thinking behind the keto diet is that majority of America's diet is high carb and low fat. So our bodies have gotten used to running on sugar and carbs. That's what your body is trying to burn. And in most situations, it's not successful in burning those carbs and those sugars. So you're never burning fat. With the keto diet, the goal is to eat primarily fats. And if you're eating primarily fats, your body is going to be burning primarily fats. I have to be in a caloric deficit in order to be burning fat stores. if that makes sense. But that's the keto diet in a nutshell. So we are going to add our sugar. Sugar is carbs. We don't do carbs on the keto diet. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I like the pure organic stevia blend. Our recipe calls for, let's see here, a half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of granulated swerve. I don't use swerve, but my point in telling you that is that the pure is going to be half of that because it's much sweeter. So we will use 1/4 of a cup and 1 tablespoon. I'm going to throw another tablespoon in there just to make it a little sweeter. All right, and we need our heavy whipping cream, 1/4 a cup. It says lemon zest and orange peels. When recipes call for that, I never do it. I just feel like it's a little extra. I'm not doing good just to have time to make me a cheesecake, right? Okay, so then it says vanilla. And this time I'm actually going to make a lemon cheesecake. So I have my pure lemon extract here. Instead of doing the 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of lemon extract. Okay, so we're going to mix that all together. Okay, you can see that it's pretty smooth. So the next step says to add the eggs one at a time. We do have 3 eggs here. And it says very gently mixing until just combined. Do not overmix the eggs, otherwise your cheesecake will be lumpy and not creamy. And you'll see it's a lot smoother now that we've added the eggs. Sorry guys, horrible lighting. Okay, so I did add another 1/2 teaspoon of lemon because I wasn't quite getting that lemon aroma like I wanted. But it smells great, guys. Now we are going to add our mix to our prepared push pan, I think it's called. Just be careful for your liner when you're doing this. Looks so good, guys. I mean, any diet where I can eat cheesecake every night, where do I sign? So good. All right, now it's all smoothed and nice. So let me show you how we get this into the Instant Pot because that part's tricky. So you're gonna put a paper towel over the top of your wax paper. And again, we do this to keep the moisture out. So you'll see I just laid a paper towel on top. Then we're gonna take our tin foil and we're gonna put that on top of the paper towel and gently fold it. Let's see how I can get y'all to see this better. There we go. Okay, and gently fold it over the wax paper and paper towel. Just do the best you can here. It doesn't have to look perfect. The goal here is not looks, it's keeping the moisture out of our cheesecake. And I'm kind of just pressing it up against me to help me get it closed there. So this is the finished product. Per the instructions, put 1.5 cups of water in the pot underneath the trivet. And then you're gonna make a foil wrap sling. You have a square and you're just gonna fold the corner up and up and up and up until you have a long sheet of aluminum foil. I always make my first one too short and then I have to make a longer one, but that's okay because we can put it crossways underneath our pan. Okay, so we've got our Instant Pot and it's got water in there underneath our trivet. And we've got our pan with our slings, and now we're going to lower it into the Instant Pot. So I grab it by the two long slings and I lift it and I lower it into the pot, like so. Okay, so now we put our lid on our Instant Pot. Make sure it's closed, make sure the valve is set to seal, and it says to put it on manual for 37 minutes. Once that's finished, you'll do a natural pressure release for 18 minutes. After 18 minutes, release all the pressure, open the lid, and use your slings to carefully remove your cheesecake. Add your sweet sour cream topping and let chill for 8 hours.